What's up guys, Ben from Living Survival. It's a bright day out today. We actually got some snow last night, so we're going to take a look at a new stove I've been wanting to show you for the Nor tent or for any shelter that accommodates a stove jack. This is the Winnerwell Nomad. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Winnerwell Nomad stove. We are in the Nor tent TP6, my daughter and I. Pretty cold day today. We got some snow, so we figured we'd come out here and make a nice breakfast and show you guys this awesome stove from Winnerwell. Now the stove that I showed in my original Nor tent video was actually from Winnerwell as well. It was their titanium fast fold stove. So this one is a steel stove. We're gonna get it going because it's kind of cold out here, and I'll tell you more about it as well as get some breakfast on the go. All right, so in order to start a fire, what do we need?
We need piles of sticks. We need pencil lead size, pencil size, thumb size, and our fuel. Our fuel, which is, we're gonna use oak today, and then we're also gonna use some tinder to get it started. So what do we have here? We have the bark from the tree.
Yep. Birch bark. So down on the stove itself, one thing that I really like is the handle that they have here. Now this does not get hot. On their titanium model, the handle gets hot, and it's sort of a pain because then you need to use like a stick or a glove. On this, not only the main door handle, but also the little vent in the front here, these two handles do not get hot, which is very cool. You've got the glass window here for ambiance, but also to check on the status of your fire without having to open the box. And then you have your rack here, which is really cool, so that once you've had a fire, you know, your ashes will fall down. It makes it easy with this scraper that they give you to scrape out the ashes, but also it allows for ventilation to get up under your fire, and then the hot coals drop down and allow that firebox to stay nice and warm. All right, we went ahead and put the tinder in first, then put some pencil lead stuff in there, then put some pencil size stuff in there. And once that gets going, we'll start to add some of our thumb size and then our actual logs there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cheat. Not full-on bushcraft today, but I'm gonna go ahead and just use a lighter here. And the reason, Olivia, that this birch bark works so well is because it's got oils in it, and the oils are really flammable. So we've got our flue wide open there, and the great thing about this stove is that there's really no smoke. Now you're gonna get some smoke at first until the stove starts to warm up and it starts to actually draw the air in up that flue. So you're gonna get some original smoke there. You can see that it's not much at all. And some of our wood is sort of wet today just because it had snow all over it. But we should have no problem getting this started. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this bigger wood here right on top. Go ahead and slide that in there. It's not really smoke that you're seeing, it's more or less just the evaporation of the wetness off the outside of this wood. But since it just snowed last night and it's been dry the last couple of days, the wood itself is quite dry. So I can go ahead and close that down a little bit, just help it create a little bit better draw. And this thing is so efficient. The last few times that I've used it, you don't see any smoke coming out the pipe up top. It runs really well. It's easy to control, a lot easier than a titanium stove. This one's going to hold the heat a bit better because it's made out of steel instead of titanium, so it doesn't cool down quite as quickly. So pour however much you think in there that we need for 2 cups of hot chocolate. Perfect to me. Here's the lid. Just set her on up there. Set it closer to the back so that we can cook on the front with the pan there. So this stove has 2 wings on it, and these wings also stay nice and cold as well, which is nice. It's made out of 304 stainless. The top is actually 1/8 inch and the sides are 1/16 of an inch, so a little bit sturdier surface up top. You know, it's real sturdy, it gets really hot, which is nice. There's also a couple accessories you can get. You can get a water tank that fits towards the back, fits right around the pipe there, and has a spigot on the side, so you could warm your water up that way, melt snow, which is really cool. And then they actually make a pipe oven that you can put about halfway up, and you can make cookies, you know, biscuits. You could make do potatoes in there, so that's kind of cool. Some accessories I might get down the line. As I mentioned, the beauty is that you can touch this. Now it's really hot up top here, but the handle stays nice and cool, so we can open that up. You can see that I'm not getting hardly any smoke, if any at all. It's all being drawn up the pipe now that it's going. So real easy to add new wood. And then you've got also this sort of 3-stage vent up front, or you can just open it all the way up if you want to get your fire going a little bit quicker and minimize the smoke if you had wet wood, for example. The pipe comes in sections, and at the top of the pipe here you get the spark arrestor, which is nice. I would like to add another section, get it up a little bit higher. You can order additional sections, but you can see I'm getting very, very little smoke out of there, running very, very efficiently. Looks like our water came to a boil. It only took a few minutes. Now I'm gonna wait for this to burn down a little bit before we throw our cast iron skillet on there, just because I don't want to overheat it. But when you're boiling water, you can never have too much heat, and that thing boiled fast. So then you can just grab your pots or whatever and just scoot them over to the side. These racks, like I said, it's nice and cool on the rack here. They also work good for drying gloves or socks or something like that. You can set them right next to the firebox there and let your stuff dry. The marshmallows are supposed to go in the mug.
I know.
Good job. How is it?
Yum.
Yum. Did you know that this is your great grandma and grandpa's cast iron?
Mm-mm.
That's why it's super smooth compared to the stuff they make nowadays.
The red button. The big red button.
Big red button. So the Winnerwell stove works really, really well to cook food or to just create some heat for your shelter. It's really hot in here. Both of us have our coats off. I do like the overall design. It's got the folding legs, which is nice, and that's the beauty, is that this whole thing folds up. The legs fold in, the wings fold in, and then you can actually store all these pipe sections on the inside. So you're just left with the rectangular box. Now it does weigh 20 pounds with the pipes included. The titanium version weighs 4 pounds, so you're not going to be backpacking or hiking with this, but for camping, for a base camp, you know, a hunting base camp, or even, you know, just something that you can use to cook your food on, even in the summertime. Maybe you open the side doors and have, you know, nice cross ventilation in here, but you still want something to cook with. It would work great for that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video today. By the way, the food was slamming. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Make sure you thumb up the video, and please share it to your friends and family on your social media. I certainly appreciate it when you do so. If you haven't already done so, please click that red subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.